Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today's topic is going to be the New York Jets and their god-awful kicking situation. But before we get started, I just wanted to mention that you can follow me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get started on today's video. So, the New York Jets had a terrible kicking situation all summer long, and now that has transitioned into week one of the season. So let's backtrack first and start from the beginning. The Jets had $100 million in cap space. They elected to not re-sign Jason Myers, who was a Pro Bowl kicker. From there, they tried retread Chandler Catanzaro. He was terrible all summer and had such a bad preseason game against the New York Giants that he decided to retire. Then comes Bertolet, who for a couple weeks looks okay, and then towards the end of the preseason in the third game and the fourth game completely melts down. He does not win the job. He gets cut. Now enter Kaare Vedvik. He is someone who was very highly regarded. The Minnesota Vikings gave up a fifth-round pick to trade for him when he was with the Baltimore Ravens, and less than a month later, they cut him for nothing. They basically set on fire a fifth-round pick. But that's not the worst of it. The Jets decided, hey, this is our guy. Let's go out. Let's sign him. So without kicking in the preseason with the New York Jets at all, did not practice once at MetLife Stadium. I knew it was going to be bad when Connor Hughes of The Athletic, Connor Hughes of The Athletic, who covers the New York Jets, tweeted out that he had 4 missed field goals in a row in practice. 4 in a row. Usually in practice, no one is around. It's just you, the long snapper, the holder. He missed 4 in a row. That should have been an omen. He then misses a field goal and an extra point, so I think it's pretty safe to say that after 1 week, Vedvik is packing his bags and getting the heck out of here. So now that leads us to this. What in the hell did the New York Jets do next? Well, I have a couple ideas, 3 to be exact. My first is Kai Forbath. He was with the Minnesota Vikings, and he was with the Jacksonville Jaguars last year. He was okay in the limited sample size that we saw. In 3 games, he hit 4 of 5 field goals with the Jacksonville Jaguars, and he has a career percentage of 85.7. Realistically, 2 years ago with the Minnesota Vikings, that was his best season. He struggled with the Minnesota Vikings a little bit, but again, at this point, you are not going to find a Pro Bowl kicker. You are trying to find a placeholder, and this is probably your best bet. You also have someone like Matt McCrane, who was on 3 different teams last year. He was 8 of 12, which is a 66.6777777777%. He was 5 of 5 on all extra points, and in his 1 game in Pittsburgh, he actually looked pretty good. Again, not anything that you're going to get super excited about, but at this point in the season, like I said, you're not going to find a star kicker. You are trying to just get by. You cannot get by with Vedvik. Maybe McCrane's your guy. My third option is a reunion. Welcome back, Mike Nugent? ? The 37-year-old kicker was drafted by the New York Jets in the second round of the 2005 draft class. If you remember, the New York Jets did not have a first-round pick in 2005, so technically, he was the first player off the board for the New York Jets. In 3 games last year, he was 6 of 6 and 4 of 5 on extra points. He's been around a long time. Obviously, his better days are with the Bengals. He hasn't played that much over the last 2 years, and his age is a little bit risky, but he has the most experience and most success at the NFL level. I want no part of Cody Parkey. I think he is completely done after last year with all the double doinks and everything that happened last year with Chicago. You can't bring in Cody Parkey, with all due respect. I'm sorry. I feel bad for the guy, what happened in the playoffs, but you can't go and bring him in. I think your best option is probably Forbath. He's 32 years old, so he's on the youngish side. It's not someone who's in their late 30s, early 40s, like Matt Bryant would have been if you were able to sign him. Like I've said pretty much all video long, there's not going to be a ton of great options, so I don't necessarily know what else is possible for the Jets to do. To me, Forbath makes the most sense. Then I'd probably go Nugent number 2 and then McCrane number 3, but you just can't continue to go forward. And what is driving me nuts is that you had $100 million in cap space, and Mike Maccagnan said, nah, I'm all set. I had a phenomenal special teams unit, but instead I'm going to let our Pro Bowl kicker and Pro Bowl returner walk for God knows why. Mike Maccagnan, forever a genius. Let me know in the comments what you think the New York Jets should do with the kicker position. Let me know if you agree with one of the guys that I picked. You could also get at me on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys next time.